I remember the first time when I really began to start getting exposed to successful people, because I was always around middle income, lower poverty, and then I started getting involved with Amway. Do you remember Amway? By the way, Amway's still around. I remember the soap. They used to have that special soap, and then it was the body wash, and I don't know how many times I joined Amway and I quit. I would say at least 6 or 7 times. And every time that you got into Amway, it was like $200, $350, $400. I remember, to me, the dream, when I ever heard that word, whenever I would hear that word, the dream, and I would get around these people, I would go to these seminars, right? You meet the muckety mucks, the high muckety mucks that are making the buku bucks, right? They get up on stage and they share their story. They sell their tapes and their books and all these other things, what have you. And I'd be mesmerized. I didn't even know why I was there. I always had a different coach, right? It never worked out. I didn't have the right mindset. The mindset, the books didn't stick with me. The seminars, the testimonies didn't stick with me, man. I was like, I don't know if you've ever seen Robin Williams. There was an episode where he was wearing his uniform backwards. Robin Williams, he was on, it was an episode of Mork and Mindy. It might have been on Happy Days. He had his suit, his Martian suit or whatever on backwards. Anyways, that's how I was at these meetings. So, the dream? What the heck? I acted like I had some, right? I acted like, because you're around those people, you kind of want to, stick your chest out a little bit and act the part. You kind of fake it till you make it. Or make it till you fake it. I was puzzled. That word dream, it was puzzling to me. Yes, I'm keeping my eye on the road here, my friend. I'm just on a road trip. Soldier of Self-Mastery, Santos, Rolon Jr. here, just reminiscing, man, about the Amway days and my dreams. And, building a dream is not an easy thing. It's not an easy deal. Building a dream, chasing your dream, building your dream is not for the faint of heart. That's why 97 to 98% of the people will not take up arms. They won't. 1 to 3% of the people will follow their dream. Some will fulfill their dream. Some will die in the course of action. You have to have a dream. To me, you have to have a dream today. You have to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, if you don't have a destination, if you don't have something in mind, it's a must. You must have this. You must have a goal. You must have direction. You must have a plan. You don't plan to fail. You fail because you don't plan. You must have some kind of direction in front of you. You must have a plan. Santos, you're making an overload of emphasis. Of course I am, because I really want you to understand what I'm sharing here. I want me to understand it. What do you want out of life, my friend? What do you want? Are you happy with what you're getting? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with what you're getting right now? Or could you use a little change? You remember that one, Smash Mouth? We all could use a little change. You have to know what you want. You got to fight. You got to work. It's either that, or you're just going to live a life that you're not going to be completely happy with. You're going to be bored most of the time. You'll have a trigger finger. What do you mean by that? You can easily be pushed over into the edge. I remember my dad was a Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type person. He could be really calm and really nice at times, but then, man, it's like this this other person would come out of him, man. It's like I was very confused as a child. I was afraid of men. I was an introvert. I would never. I remember school. I avoided those days as much as possible. I played sick. You got to do a report. You got to stand in front of the class. You got to read. Oh, man. I hated those. I hated them. I was such a scaredy cat. My father left an image in my mind. And there was others. I forgive them. They're passed on. Some of them are. Or most of them. You become what you think about. The footprints of your past, your upbringing, your childhood, your teenage years, your adolescence, all of those things, especially from the baby up until the age of 6, where everything was going right into your mind. You were getting deposits. Your subconscious, of course, your subconscious is wide open even in your mother's womb as a baby. Your subconscious begins to close up, they say, somewhat after the age of 7 or 8. I believe that there's more input going into your brain that's helping you develop into a man or a woman even after 8. But that's what research tells us. That's what these studies have found. I guess I'm not going to argue with these doctors. I'm not a scholar myself. I'm just a philosopher. I'm just a soldier of self-mastery, straight out of Stockton. By the way, Happy New Year to you, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with me here on a road trip. I'm getting ready to go see a couple families. Pray that I can bring some palm into their kitchen. Pray that I can bring some palm. Peace of mind. You got to have a plan. You got to get into this thing up here. So I was impacted big time. I was living my life in shambles. Yes, of course, I was surviving. How was I surviving? I don't really know. It was by the grace of God Almighty Himself that I was functioning in this world the way that I was, with all of these fears and all of these traumas, all of these memories, all of this abuse, all of this stuff that I went through as a child, man. I remember that guy pulling a gun after I told him my dad had committed a horrible act. That one night in our home, well, outside in front of our home, he stabbed my mother five times and chased my brother. Couldn't catch him, so he chased my mom, and he got a hold of her and punctured her with a knife. I remember running out of the house, and I ran into this place there, this business, and the guy grabs a gun out of this white coat. I remember, big black man. He grabbed me by my hand, and I said, no, don't shoot my dad. I said, don't kill my papa. Don't kill my dad. Something like that. Next thing you know, I'm holding this guy's hand. He's walking me out of this business, out to the street. It was dark. It was a little dark already when this happened. I walk out and I see my dad sitting in a car, police car, spaced. I heard the ambulance take my mom. I didn't see my mom. I didn't see what happened. I didn't see the act. But I saw what was going on. I didn't see the blood. They kept me away from all the blood that was there in front of the house. I didn't see any of that. It was dark. I was about 7, maybe 8. This is the reason why I'm on the air today. This is the reason why I'm on a mission to share my story, to help you on the other side, to help you realize that you can overcome any situation in your life. Listen, I'm still going through stuff in my life. I'm still going through a lot of difficulties. I'm still going through challenges. I'm going to go through many challenges, especially the fact that I just basically broke through gambling in my life, and I'm still paying the consequences of a couple of years back of damage. Actually, it's not too far back. I'm grateful though. I'm thankful. I'm hopeful. I'm a soldier of self-mastery. I can, I will. I do, I am. There's always room for improvement within room for improvement. I'm going to remind myself every day that your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. I'm going to remind myself every day, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that I can prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Master. We're servants. You and I, we are teachers. We are servants. We are students. What mark are you making? When you're gone, how will you be remembered? I'll see you, my friend, at the top, on the very top at the next one, because I can see it here. I'm in traffic for a little bit. I salute you, my friend. Remember to check out soldiersofselfmastery.com and check out our latest podcast at podcast.soldiersofselfmastery.com. Support us. Give me a thumbs up here. Share this video if you liked it. Comment below. Let me know what helped you. Comment below. Come on now. Leave a footprint.